student. Today we start with the hemocytometry. Aim of today's practical is Introduction to Hemocytometry. Requirements are hemocytometer. They include the diluting pipette and the counting chamber.
Requirements are the hemocytometry. In that the hemocytometry they include the diluting pipette. Okay, the diluting pipette is the RBC and the WBC diluting pipette. Next one is the counting chamber, which is also called as the Neubauer's chamber. These are the specialized chamber for the counting the WBC and the RBC. Now see, this is the hemocytometer. They contains the RBC pipette. How to identify the RBC pipette? The RBC pipette containing the red bulb. Next one is the WBC pipette. In that the WBC pipette they contains the white bulb. Next one is the counting chamber, which is also called as the Neubauer's chamber for counting the RBCs and the WBCs.
Next one is hemocytometer. What is meant by the hemocytometer? The hemocytometer is a device which is used to count the cells. It was originally designed for the counting of blood cells. Hemo means blood. Cyto means cell. Meter, it means the measurement or the counter. Hemocytometer, it means the blood cell measurement or the blood cell counter. Thus, it is an instrument used to count the blood cells. The hemocytometer is used routinely to count the red cells. Next one is the white cells. Next one is the platelets, eosinophils. It involves manual counting of the cells with the help of a microscope after diluting blood in respective diluting fluid. For example, counting of red cells, they use the RBC diluting fluid. For white cell, uses the WBC diluting fluid. Next one is the units for counting cell. First one is the determined constituents are to be reported in units per liter of blood. The number of cells actually counted must be converted to the number present per liter of the blood. Second one, another method is units of cells per cubic millimeter or microliter. 1 microliter is equal to the 1 milliliter is equal to the 10 raised to minus 6 liter. These are the units. Next one is the diluting pipette and the counting chamber. First one is the diluting pipette. There are two types of the pipettes are used for the dilution of the blood. First one is the RBC pipette and second one is the WBC pipette. First one is the RBC pipette. This RBC pipette is used for counting the red blood cells. It contains a stem, bulb, rubber tube and the mouthpiece. Pipette has the three markings. 0.5, 1 and the 101. The stem widen into a bulby area, bead in it. The bead has two functions. First function is it helps in mixing of fluid with blood in the bulb of the pipette. And second one is the identification of RBC pipette. The capacity of the bulb is 100 parts from 1 to 10 mark. The bulb narrows above and to this end a rubber tubing which ends in a mouthpiece is attached by which the blood is sucked. Blood is drawn to 0.5 mark and then diluting fluid is drawn up to the mark 101 and the dilution of blood is 1:200. Next one is WBC pipette is used for counting the white blood cells. It is similar to RBC pipette except it is smaller than the RBC pipette and its bulb contains a white bead. It has three marking 0.5, 1 and 11. The capacity of bulb is 10 parts. The blood is drawn up to mark 0.5 and then diluting blood is drawn up to mark 11. The dilution of blood is 1:20. Next one is differences between the RBC and the WBC pipette. Now first one is the RBC pipette has a red bead and WBC pipette has a white bead. Second one, in RBC pipette it has graduations up to mark 101 and in WBC pipette it has graduation up to mark 11. Third one is in RBC pipette size of bulb is larger and in WBC pipette size of bulb is smaller. Fourth one, in RBC pipette size of lumen is smaller and in WBC pipette size of lumen is larger. These are total difference of the RBC and the WBC pipette. Now see, these are the RBC pipette. This RBC pipette contain the red bead. These are the bulb, calibrated stem. These are the short stem. Now see, these are the WBC pipette. They contain the white bulb or the bead. These are the marking 0.5, 100, 101, 0.5, 10 units and 11. Next one is counting chamber. This counting chamber is also called as the Neubauer's chamber. These are the specialized chambers which are made for the counting of the RBCs and the WBCs. This Neubauer's chamber is a thick glass plate with the size of a glass slide 30 into 70 into 4 mm. The counting region consists of two square shaped rule areas. These are depressions or the modes on either side or in between the areas on which the squares are marked, thus given as a S-shape. The rule area is 3 mm to divided into 9 large square, each with 1 mm to area. The large central square, which can be seen eats entirely with the 10x objective, is divided into 25 medium square with double or triple lines. Each of these 25 squares is again divided into 16 small squares with single lines, so that each of the smallest square has an area of 1 divided by 400 mm square. The depth of the scale is 1 divided by 10 mm or 0.1 mm. Now these are the Neubauer's chamber. These are counting for the WBCs. This 4 square, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now this middle one is for the RBC. When this Neubauer chamber observe in the 10x objective, they display the image like that. The glass cover is a squared glass with width of 22 mm. The glass cover is placed on the top of the Neubauer chamber, covering the central area. The rule area is 0.1 mm lower than the rest of the chamber. Now see in the diagram, these are the Neubauer chamber, and this Neubauer chamber is covered with the glass cover. These are the glass cover, and the rule area is 0.1 mm. So that when a cover slip is kept on the counting region, there is a gap of 0.1 mm or 1 divided by 10 mm between the cover slip and the rule area. Now see in the diagram, these are the cover slip, okay. This is the Neubauer's chamber, okay, and the gap between the cover slip and the Neubauer's chamber is 0.1 millimeter or 1 divided by 10 millimeter. The counting can be done either in the central large square or in the corner square, depending on the size of the cells under the study. Now first one is the WBC counting area. The 4 large squares placed at the corners are used for white blood cell count since their concentration is lower than red blood cells. A large area is required to perform the cell count. Now see in the diagram the red color marking, which are the areas for the RBC count, and these blue color marking which indicates the WBC counting area. This WBC count under the 10x objective and RBC are counted under the 40x or the high resolution. Next one is RBC counting area. The large central square is used for RBC count. As already stated, this area is subdivided into 25 medium square, which in turn are each divided into 16 squares. Of the 25 medium square, Only the four corner squares and the center square within the large center square are used to perform the RBC counts. Using the Neubauer's chamber, first one is sample preparation. Depending on the type of sample, a preparation of a dilution with a suitable concentration should be prepared for cell counting. Typically, the concentration range for a cell count with Neubauer's chamber is between 250,000 cells per ml and 2.5 million cells per ml. An appropriate dilution of the mixture with regard to the number of cells to be counted should be used. If the sample is not diluted enough, the cells will be too crowded and difficult to count. If it is too dilute, the sample size will not be enough to make strong inferences about the concentration in the original mixture. Second one is preparing Neubauer chamber. Clean the Neubauer chamber and the cover slip with 70% of ethanol. Put the glass cover on the Neubauer chamber central area. Use a flat surface to place the chamber like a table or the workbench. Now third one is introducing the sample into the Neubauer chamber. With a pipette, carefully draw up around 20 ml of the cell mixture. Place the pipette tip against the edge of the cover glass and slowly expel the liquid until the counting chamber is full. Capillary action will help to ensure that the counting chamber is full, but care should be taken not to overfill the chamber. A volume of 10 ml is sufficient to fill one counting chamber. Now see in the diagram. In that, introducing the sample into the Neubauer's chamber. Fourth one is microscope, focusing on the cell counting. Place the Neubauer's chamber on the microscope stage. Using the 10x objective, focus both onto the grid pattern and the cell particles. As a 10x is appropriate for WBC counting, count the total number of cells found in 4 large corner square. To count the RBC and platelets, the microscope must be switched to 40x objective. Count the cells in the respective areas as stated earlier. Write down the amount of cell counted. If the cells are touching the 4 perimeter sides of a corner square, only count cells on 2 sides, either the 2 outer sides or 2 inner sides. These cells are counted in the zigzag motion. Now second one is the cell count on the 2 sides, either the 2 outer side or the 2 inner side. Now see, these are the right way to calculate the cells. These are the wrong way. Now next one is the result. The introduction to hemocytometry was studied. Next one is the question banks. Now first one is total count is measured by an instrument which is known as, first one is option A is sphygmomanometer, option B is hemocytometer, option C is hemoglobinometer, and option D is barometer. And the answer is B, hemocytometer. Second one, in a Neubauer hemocytometer, What is the area of one primary square? Option A is 1 mm square. Option B is 0.4 mm square. C is 9 mm square. And D is 9 primary square. And the answer is A, which is a 1 mm square. Next one is the third question. A hemocytometer is a special counting chamber which is designed for counting. Option A is RBC, B is WBC, C is both A and B, and D is none. The answer is C, both A and B. This hemocytometer is responsible for the counting both the RBCs as well as the WBCs. Next question. What is the rule used when counting cell in a hemocytometer? First, option A is northeast rule. Option B is counting rule. C is southwest rule. D is northwest rule. And the answer is D, northwest rule. Next question. What squares are used when counting red blood cells? The corner square. B option, the middle top square and the middle bottom square. C option is the 3 square on the left and the 3 square on the right. And D is the middle square. And the answer is the middle square. And the corner squares are used to count the WBC in the 10x and RBC in the 40x. Next question. What is the dilution factor for red blood cells? Option A is 1:300, B is 1:200, C is 1:100, and D is none. And the answer is B, 1:200. Next question. Why is a hemocytometer used in a lab? And the answer is it is the most widely used type of the chamber since it was mainly designed for performing blood cell count. It is now used to count other types of the cells and the microscope particles as well. The hemocytometer was invented by Louis Charles Malseth. The cell suspension are introduced into the cover slip. Second question. What is the principle of hemocytometer? Answer is a hemocytometer consists of a thick glass microscope slide with a grid of perpendicular lines, each in the middle. The grid has specified dimensions so that the area covered by the line is known, which makes it possible to count the number of cells in a specific volume of solution. Next question. What is a Neubauer chamber? The Neubauer chamber is a thick crystal slide with the size of a glass slide, which is a 30 into 70 millimeter and the 4 millimeter thickness. In a simple counting chamber, the central area is where the cell counts are performed. The central square is used for platelets and the red cells. Now these types of the questions is asked for Viva. Up to that, we have covered the hemocytometry, in that the RBC diluting pipette, WBC diluting pipette and the Neubauer chamber. Function of RBC diluting pipette, function of WBC diluting pipette Thank you.